Refugees on Manus Island were braced for potential calamity on Tuesday evening as they refused to leave the now decommissioned detention center and feared violent clashes with locals and the military 5 years after the center reopened under Labor and took in its first asylum seekers, and 6 months after its closure was announced following a Papua New Guinea Supreme Court ruling. The ugly and potentially violent standoff marks another dark episode in the history of Australia's offshore processing regime. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter. Tweet link. Refugees on Manus Island on Tuesday vowed to resist removal for as long as possible. Photo, Twitter, @NickMCKim. All Australian and PNG staff abandoned the site on Tuesday morning, heading for the airport, while power and water were cut later in the afternoon. About 600 men, mostly refugees, but also some failed asylum seekers, have refused to move to alternative accommodation in nearby Logor, citing fears for their safety and vowing to resist as long as possible. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter. Tweet link. Manus Island refugees were barricading themselves inside the facility on Monday. Photo, supplied as the situation deteriorated. An angry Immigration Minister Peter Dutto blasted the refugees and their advocates, declaring their claims nothing more than subterfuge and reiterating they would never come to Australia. The men planned to sustain themselves on rainwater they have collected in jerrycans, but fear a confrontation with local Mosiers, up to 50 of whom broke into the site on Tuesday and looted fans, chairs and other goods. Advertisement. Titan requests Kodisho Alad push, at spot -300 extension 250, pose 3. Refugees have patched up a broken gate with wire, but it remains insecure. There is a heavy police presence on the island, including the PNG military and the infamous Mobile Squad, which has been described as a paramilitary force. You will now receive updates from Breaking News Alert. Breaking News Alert. Get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email, you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy. The situation is a humanitarian emergency, there is no other way to describe it, said Greens Senator Nick McKim, who was on Manus Island on Tuesday. He witnessed about 100 locals in Logor rally against the relocation of refugees into their community, arguing instead they should be taken to Australia. Senator McKim also said Mr. Dutto's claim of providing sufficient alternative accommodation wasn't true, because one of the facilities was still 2 weeks away from being ready. It is still a construction site, he said. It consists of 2 demountables in a paddock full of mud. It is in no way fit for human habitation. While some refugees and asylum seekers have moved into the alternative accommodation, the remaining 600 intend to hold out as long as they can. PNG's armed forces are due to resume control of the site as soon as Wednesday, but have promised not to use force to remove the refugees. However, Police Chief Gary Baker has warned nobody's safety can be guaranteed, while refugees recall with anguish this year's Good Friday riot in which drunk PNG soldiers fired bullets into the detention center early Tuesday evening. Iranian refugee Behrouz Bouchei described the atmosphere at the detention center as calm, but worried it was the calm before the storm. The refugees are waiting and they are really scared and really worried, he told Fairfax Media. Another man, Rohingya refugee Imran Muhammad, conceded the group won't have any choice but to comply if authorities used force against them. We have nothing, we are unarmed, he said.